So the verse we're going to look at tonight from the Song of Sannyasin by Swami Vivekananda, it talks about living in a different perspective than what we're accustomed to. A perspective that allows us to open up in a more authentic way, in a more equanimous way in our relationships with the world and people around us. The verse goes on like this: "They know not truth who dream such vacant dreams as father, mother, child, wife, and friend. The sexless self, whose father is he, whose child, whose friend, whose foe is he? But one. The self is all in all, none else exists. And thou art that, Sannyasin bold. Say Om Tat Sat Om." A lot of times, when you think about these ideas of oneness, where there's this one without a second, things can get dry if you misunderstand it. There's this idea that when he says you're dreaming a vacant dream, to have an idea of father or mother or son or daughter, whose friend could you be? It's not that you're friendless. It's not that you're childless. It's not that you're fatherless. It's that you see that in all, in everyone. You see, the world, as seen through the senses, breaks into particular relationships. And you can only love your father as father, and you have to exclude the rest of the world. You can only love your partner as your partner, and exclude the rest of the world. You can only love your children as your children, and exclude the rest of the world. You can see it a little bit in the Divine Mother, in the way that she saw in everyone her child, in the way that she saw every person, man, woman, or child, as being her very own. You see, that's the life of the Sannyasin. It's a life without particular relationship. You push everybody away to the same level at the beginning through renunciation. But Swami Prabhupada said that as you grow, you bring everyone forward, so that you don't have a particular mother. Everyone is your mother. You don't have a particular lover. Everyone is your lover. You don't have a particular friend, because everyone is your friend. It's not based upon a set of attributes that includes some and excludes others. In worldly relationships, or relationships through the senses, the lovers, you can only choose someone who's of the proper sex, of the proper age, of the proper beauty, the proper, attributes of body and mind. You can only love a very succinct and small number of people. Whereas in divine love, which is what our nature is, that love, before it goes through this straw of the mind and gets a direction and gets a particular assignment, that love is universal. And to develop and understand your identity as that universal love allows you to break out of the bondage of particulars, out of neediness that has to do with attributes and values, and goes to a certain isness that everyone shares, this oneness which is our very own nature. And in that oneness, you're able to love everyone. So you don't have to kick out the ugly person. You don't have to exclude the old person. You don't have to exclude people based on all of the different things that we use. All those things, those sexual orientation, the race, the background, the isms that you see listed out quite often in equal opportunities. This is the only way to truly transcend that. Because if you ever see yourself and identify yourself with a particular sex, you're going to be sexist by nature. If it's a particular orientation, you're going to be phobic by nature. If it's a particular age, you're going to be ageist by nature. And you can minimize it. You can educate yourself and try and do your best to open up the widest you can. And really, that's a worthy endeavor. I'm not belittling that. But the real way to do this is an authentic result of true universalism, is to go inside deeply and find out who you are. What is that essence of being that keeps your body being yours, even when it's old, as well as when it was a baby, even though there's nothing the same in those two bodies? What is that unifying force in you that links your I from moment to moment, the I am, who gives you a sense of being, even though the body is changing and the mind is changing and the world is changing? Go deep inside and find your true self. Find that valuable, beautiful, loving, caring, sincere, and authentic self, and be at home.